thank you for inviting me to speak before tonight and giving me the opportunity to discuss my feelings and maybe about the airport board. And thank you for appointing me to the airport board. It's an opportunity that I guess, for lack of a better term, a responsibility. You know, when I sit down in the airport board, I'm not sitting down as a hangar owner, I'm not sitting down as Mel McQuarrie, I'm sitting down a duty to serve the citizens and give the city or give the council back some expertise that I have and be 1/6 or 1/5 of that discussion. And so it's a great responsibility, and I want you to know that I very much respect it and respect the position and act accordingly in it. The discussion tonight, you can see the passion with some decisions that we're at as an airport board. We are working on a package to bring to the council that hopefully puts a standard in place so that we don't have 6 different leaseholders or six different policies on the field, and the never-ending change in policy. My goal is, as a member, is to let's get a policy that works, and we need the council's input on that, because we can make recommendations, but you're the elected officials, you're the ones that have to make the decisions, the hard ones. And so I don't think this will be a hard decision if it's presented right. I think it'll be the right decision, and it'll come from all the members. It'll come out of the airport board making a recommendation, and then six more people putting their heads together and saying, let's make the right decision. So I guess there's some discussion that was not in the meeting, and there's some discussion on the table amongst the council of what to do. You know, who do we put on the board, who do we not put on the board? I think at the end of the day, the most important thing is whoever's on the board needs to be passionate about it. You know, if we put 2 council members on the board, I don't, you know, I mean, we have meetings and we have to take off work, we have to be there, we have to put our effort in. And I think the board, the frustration of the board in the past, and I've been on it not a long length of time, but I have some frustrations, is there's like, we want to get what we decide or what we come up with and get it communicated properly back to the council, so that we can build it. I mean, if we put effort into something, we spend 10 meetings on something, we come to council and it's communicated differently, it's very disappointing. It's not that we want to control it, it's just that we've been asked with the duty to give the right, give our opinion of what works. And so, whoever's on that board needs to be passionate about it, and then put the effort into it, and then come back so that the council's passionate about it. You know, I mean, we don't want to be a pain or thorn in the side of the council. I mean, this airport's a great thing for the community. It's a great thing for the city. It's the intent is to build something better and keep it. It's growing. And we've got to nourish it, and we've got to develop it and keep it going. And it's done with funds that are not city funds. I mean, the airport will fund itself. It will carry itself if it's set up right and managed need to be on the burden of any other taxpayer. We have federal dollars that come from aviation, to build aviation. And that's an asset in this community. It is an asset for all. Now, some may say, well, I don't need it, so I don't need it. But, no, that's not a good attitude. Because as a whole, it brings more people here that use the business to the person that doesn't care if the airport's here or not, but it does. And so it comes as a package deal. So I guess part of my, not to sound like a motivational speaker, I guess I would hope the council can be passionate about this. And if it's up to you guys to decide who's on that airport board, I guess. One train of thought is, if there's going to be one or two, or if the council member wants us to do it, we need to, I guess, we don't want to waste our time. We don't want to say, hey, we're going to the meeting, we put the effort into it, and then council's going to make a decision anyway. Why don't just let council make the decision? Let's not go there. Then if you truly want our input and you want us to put effort into it, we need to be able to buy into it and say, yeah, we're being heard and we're making a difference. And we don't expect you to follow exactly what we say. We're just saying, listen to us, take it up and down on the merits, and then make a decision. So that is, I guess, what I see as an airport board member. And how do we get the airport board member to, I guess we just need to make sure that the communication gets back to council and untangled. And it needs to get that way so that we can get them, so we can buy into this and make sure we want to be here. And that, I guess that's my take on the airport board as an airport board. Separate item. I don't think there's any, the presentations up before me. Good presentation. But I don't think there's any wrongdoing. I just think we are at a turning point where we need to, as an airport board, need to bring back some advice to you and get all the information out there so it's all there. Because then you can make the educated decision and make the right one for the community. And any questions?
I'm passionate about the airport. I want you to know that right now. But they made this presentation with the airport advisory board.
Not this presentation. No. They have gotten more and more involved with the airport board meetings because a lot of this probably came out when J Aviation brought in their report, and some of the same concerns they brought up tonight, that pretty much across the board we have the same concerns. So we actually have not decided on some of the things that are in there because we took it out of it, and we've got to have a work meeting and we've got to get work through it. So that, so it's really premature bringing it to you at this point. Yeah, it's, what's that?
I just thought it'd be nice to take it to the board first.
Yeah, well,
like you say, it's kind of a little premature, I think.
Well, it's not premature. It's just there's other stuff coming to you. There's stuff leaking back to you that's probably premature too. And I just want to. I guess that's a great question because I want to make it clear that I would appreciate as a board. Let us get sorted through it. Let us make a recommendation, and then let's tear it apart. That's the procedure. you know, but, what I appreciate is the hangar owners, getting involved, because these are the affected parties, these are the parties that are gonna build your airport too. So, that's, it's, you know, it actually is good all around.
That was just a good moment tonight,
Yeah.
I just, you know, they presented to you.
You're right, yeah, I'm sorry to get carried away, but yeah.
Just briefly, I just want to clarify, so your concerns in the past have been, you work really hard to come up with a recommendation, and it's not so much that the council doesn't adopt your recommendation, but you feel like you're not heard? Is that what you're saying? Is it you feel like you're not getting the time before the council, that you're just not taking your proposal seriously? I just want to understand.
Well, I don't think the airport board's recommendations are getting communicated back to you the same way.
Communication.
Yes, communication failure, or, you know, it's just, I think, I mean, one way to do that is maybe, and you know, your city manager works hard he comes to the meetings, he comes and tries to get things, you know, but then, it's like we leave the meeting, then he's tasked with putting the report together to you. Well, maybe we need to put the report together as a report board. You know, he brings it back to us for approval, or should. And then we need to make sure that same report gets to you, and maybe we need to appoint a airport board member to present quarterly or something to the council and say, this is what we've come up with. You know, not to put the heat on the, you know, your manager.
And have much there.
So,
Mr. McQuarrie.
sorry, I'm sorry.
I have a question. I need to know a little bit of history here about the Javiation study and how long you deliberated it on the board. The Javiation study came out last year when?
Boy, that was enough for days. I would say, yeah,
So,
late summer.
You received it then, and then your board has been deliberating it from September through now?
Well, it was presented to us in, it's roughly September meeting. We had one meeting where we had two meetings where we really talked about it. Then we had
Two meetings?
and we actually made some discussions. We took, because of the lease issues that are coming up, we actually took that out of the recommendations, and we tabled it, put it to the side, and said we need to have work meetings to come up with, to get to the bottom of this.
That open house too, where the airport ambulance were invited in to ask questions.
So you had basically 3 meetings that you really discussed that study between now and then?
Well, there's more in the study than just the hangar. We're trying to develop basically a master plan on how to go forward with the airport in that, you know, so developing the hangar.
So you're considering
Yeah, if
expansion
somebody's
also?
coming in to build structures, or we're trying to give some standards so that everybody's treated the same, everybody's under the same rules, and, you know, that's my concern is being a businessman, you know, when everybody gets, if there's differences, your attorney there in the back's going to be very, very busy. And what we're trying to say is, let's make the right decision, and let's get this standardized, and you know what, that's less likely to
So
be an issue.
tell me the kind of timeline that you think the board is looking at. Maybe Eric, you want to talk about this too. What's your kind of timeline before you think you can bring us recommendations?
Well, I don't know if I think we probably need we need about 3 or 4 meetings so that we can come back to you and get to the, you know, have something in my opinion.
We do have an airport board meeting scheduled next Wednesday at 4 o'clock. The packets are going out as we speak.
Mr. McQuarrie, I'm sorry that I don't know you very well. Do you happen to own property in the city or have a hangar ownership?
Yes, I own, I have a hangar ownership, and, you know, I apologize, I should have given a little history there.
I know you have.
Let me back up, you know, I have properties in Heber, and I have properties throughout the county, but I came, the Daniels Hangar development was myself, and that's the part of the hangar lease that these guys presented to
You were
me.
the contractor?
Yeah, I was the developer with Mr. David McQuarrie. And we were selected through an a selection process, and so that's in 2000. And so that's when I've been involved. And, our goal, so that's how my involvement is in the,
Are you currently still doing that position at that job?
what's that?
Are you still a developer?
Yeah, but not on the airport. Not on the airport.
For other airports?
No, I develop land, and I'm an engineer by trade.
Thank you.
What I'd like to do is thank you, Mr. McQuarrie, for coming. We need to move on to our schedule on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.